of the young Kenyans who have gone to the street to exhibit their dissatisfaction with the current government. And, one would have expected that we'll have so many of them waking up very early in the morning, bracing the cold in the different spaces to go out there and say, enough with the violence, enough with what we really want to see change. And one wants to ask, is the change just focused on the presidency, and perhaps they get to overlook ward representatives who are very critical? They overlook, members of parliament, they overlook senators, which are the majorities, or perhaps these areas that we have seen by elections, focused on this evening, Kelly?
Yeah, let me start from the point of mentioning that, you see, this by-election divided the country into two segments. And the two segments was that on one side stood a group that called itself the United Opposition, and on this side stood the parties that are within the broad-based arrangement. Right. And so when the chips are down, and we count the, the overall results, we need to ask ourselves that how many pressings have gone to the broad-based parties, and how many, pressings have gone to the United Opposition. My hunch, even as we wait for the final tallies, is that this by-election is going to prove the fact that the broad-based arrangement is a strong force, and that it holds strong, and the center of gravity around the president is still holding even after the demise of Honorable Raila Odinga. It is also going to demystify, in my view, some of the illusions that we might have had of politicians, imagining and projecting themselves as if they are bigger than what they are. Right. And that areas that they thought that they had, ring-fenced and called their hills or their mountains have been penetrated, and that they have actually fought for their lives and possibly even lost. But then I come to your question. What about the young people? Where are they? I had a discussion with some young people who were around me at the height of the Gen Z protests. And I told them, you are where we were in 2010. And we thought we were young, and we thought that, we could turn the system upside down. Okay. Because we had the numbers, we had the knowledge, we had the technology. At that time, unfortunately, the latest technology, I think, was bulk SMS. Now they have even more superior technology. But young people lack an important thing. And until they settle down to build it, they will not make impact in elections. And that is they lack structures. One thing that made Raila Odinga relevant in this country's politics for many years to come is that he had a system that he built over the years and that could touch each and every part of the country. At the end of the day, all these young people that you see in the streets, when they get home, they will find that their parents and their elder brothers belong to a certain political parties. These people will influence them towards the direction they go. Yeah. At the end of the day, the political structures then play a very critical role in mopping out votes on the voting day. Yeah. So I don't think, unless young people decide to have structures, unless they decide to have leadership, they will just make noise around the streets. At the end of the day, they will work for the various political parties.